Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So today I decided that I wanted to give you guys some tips when playing TF2. Now, I'm probably not the best person to give tips. If you've seen my gameplay, I'm not always amazing, but sometimes I do things that are actually quite good. However rare that might be, I think in my 3,000, almost 4,000 hours playing this game, I know a few things that I could tell you guys if you're just starting out and to help you get your feet a little bit. Being honest, this is a very basic video in terms of the tips I'm giving you guys. So if you've been playing TF2 for a little over, 500 hours or something, you'll probably know all of this, but watch it anyway. You might not know something. I knew most of it, but I've been also playing for almost 4,000 hours. So there you go. We're going to start with the settings before we get into the gameplay, just because you load the game, you have to change some settings before you even start playing. So it makes sense to go in that order. So obviously when you load up TF2, you might not have the right resolution, so obviously mess with your settings a little bit. Change a few things around, make sure that your game can run well. So if you don't have a very good PC, that basically means turn all your options to low and hope for the best. TF2 isn't the best optimized game, but if you have everything on low, you should be okay. If not, you'll need a config, but you can Google that. I would also definitely recommend enabling the developer's console, because that is going to be super useful, not only just for you playing the game, but also for the rest of the video about stuff I'm going to tell you. One feature I really like that I would definitely recommend you all turning on is the auto reload. TF2 can be a very hectic game, especially when you get into massive team fights, so you don't want to have to worry about reloading your gun while you're pressing a million other buttons trying to survive however many things are being thrown and shot at you. If TF2 is your first PC game, then having this is really useful, but if you're coming over from like Counter-Strike or something where you automatically press reload when you want it, then you might not have to turn this on, but it is super useful. It is also almost a necessity to turn on fast weapon switch. It is the single most useful feature in all of TF2, because you don't have to scroll and also click when you want to change your weapon. It just does it straight away. It makes it so much easier, makes the game so much faster, and I don't know why that's off by default. Another thing that confuses me a lot about TF2 is how the default field of view, the stuff you can see around your gun and your whole screen basically, is set to 70, which is ridiculously low. You can either change it in your advanced options, or if you have the console enabled in your regular options, you can just write in FOV_desired 90, which is what you want. You can actually see things with that on. Another thing you could do while you are there is also making sure your view model is not directly in your face like it is on the default settings. So if you want to see a little bit more of the screen and you want your gun to be a little bit further away from you, you can type in the console view model _FOV space 90, which is what I use and I get so many questions about. I use FOV 90. Type that in. What this does is basically makes it so your gun takes up less of the screen. You can even take it further if you wanted to by enabling minimal view models, which is using TF_use_min_view models. So it takes up even less of your screen. Obviously this is all personal preference, but if you do have your rocket launcher right up in your face, a spy could be hiding in that corner of your screen and you wouldn't know. Then you'll be backstabbed and you couldn't have even seen him. I'd check out my video that I made about my view model binds if you want to keep alternating what you're using, because sometimes something feels comfortable, other times it might not. So having a few view model binds might really help you. So go and check that video out. And the final settings thing I would do is turn off voice chat. You really don't need it. Maybe you'll need it if you're playing in-game pugs or something like that, or like you're playing competitive and you're using in-game to communicate with your team. But for casual and if you're just starting out, turn it off. You can do that in your console as well by typing voice_enable 0, and then you never have to worry about what people are screaming down their microphones ever again. Text chat is a little bit meh. You can turn it off if you want to, but I kind of leave it on because I never really read it anyway, so it doesn't bother me what's going on in it, but I feel like I probably should, because a lot of that is making its way into videos and I don't even notice because I never read it, so I don't know what's happening. But if you did want to turn off your in-game text chat, all you have to do is type in HUD_say_text_time space 0 into your console, and it will basically mean a message will pop up for 0 seconds when it's put in, so you don't actually see it. Okay, so now that all of your settings are done, you're ready to play the game and you're jumping into a casual server, here's some things I would recommend you do. First of all, maybe try and find some friends to play with. If you have a few friends online on Steam that have downloaded this game as well, or might have played it in the past, ask them if they want to play. It might make the whole process of learning the whole game a little bit more fun, especially if you are playing with friends, because then you're all talking to each other while you're doing it, and you know, it makes it a little bit more enjoyable than just playing by yourself. I mean, if you don't have friends, like a lot of people in my comment section seem to say, you can play it by yourself. I've pretty much played the whole 4,000 hours without my real life friends at all. It's very sad, but then again, I do YouTube stuff, so you kind of have to do it. I would definitely recommend playing every single class for at least a couple of rounds each, just to figure out what your favorite is, what you like about each class, and what you dislike about each class. And then it also gives you a little understanding about what each one does as well, which is really useful when playing against that class. I personally am a player who likes to be really aggressive, try and get a bunch of kills, deal a load of damage, and maybe don't always get out with my life, but that's fine because I've killed a bunch of people and I've dealt a lot of damage. So classes like the medic aren't quite my thing, but classes like the soldier are something I definitely like playing. So find what suits you the most, and then you can main that class if you want to, but playing multiple classes means you have more diversity in games. So if there's a sentry gun and you main scout, that's not going to be the best, but if you can swap to demo or soldier, you're going to have a much better time. Another tip I would definitely recommend you guys do is always play with sound. Always be wearing headphones or plugged into some speakers somewhere. There's so many audio cues in this game, you'd miss them completely and not know what was going on really if you didn't have them on. You wouldn't be able to hear a spy decloak behind you until you die and you realize that that has just happened and you haven't heard them. A lot of spies use that to their advantage. They literally look for new players that probably aren't wearing headphones and just keep going for them, which can get quite frustrating. And then the final thing I want to say is just have fun with the game. When you are first learning the game and you're not really sure what everything does, how everything happens, or anything like that, just have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. Winning doesn't matter in casual anyway, so you're not going to ruin a record or anything like that by losing. Just learn the game at your own pace. Have fun with it, and you'll enjoy it a lot more in the long run than taking it seriously straight off the bat. Obviously, if you go on to play competitive after learning quite a bit, then maybe you do want to take that a little bit seriously, but for the most part, playing casual servers or community servers, you don't have to take anything seriously at all. Just have fun with it, and if somebody's ruining a server, just join a new one. Don't get involved. But yeah, anyway, that is going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please make sure you leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We've been stuck at the same point for a while, so I'd kind of like to get past that. Thanks. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.